Wizard of Legend is an indie darling that if you enjoy roguelike games, Wizard of Legend needs to be part of your collection. It's a simple premise. You're visiting a museum when suddenly you're teleported to another world, and now you must take part in the Chaos Trials and pass in order to become a Wizard of Legend. This game is a lot of fun. With a variety of spells that makes comboing moves all the more satisfying, combat changes depending on which spells you are using. Are you a wizard who wants to get up close and personal, punching enemies with magic? Or perhaps you want to stay in the back and launch magical blasts at your enemies. You can even lay down traps or summon minions. Each spell has an element and enemies have resistance to certain elements as well as weaknesses. So it's good to mix and match to ensure you do the most damage. As you progress through the Chaos Trials, you will encounter mini-bosses at the end of each level, but the real challenge comes when facing a member of the Magic Council. Basically, they're elemental bosses that become more difficult the further you are in the trial. But once you beat the Chaos Trials, you get a Chaos spell, which are strong spells that can make the game a lot easier. There are also various shops in the Chaos Trial that will provide items that will help you through your run, selling you spells, health potions, or relics, special items that have both positive and negative effects. Unfortunately, while the spells are diverse, the same can't be said for the level design. You will begin to notice that you run into the same rooms over and over and fight the same enemy types over and over. And while casting spells, you might lose yourself in the action, or your game might lose a few frames. But this still isn't enough to ruin the gameplay experience. Keep in mind, Wizard of Legend is an indie game, so it's not perfect, and it's still being worked on. Earlier this year, there was a free update, adding a new Magic Council member, tons of new spells and enemies. Hopefully there'll be more updates coming out, but for now that's all I gotta say about Wizard of Legend, so stick around for future rambles.